Greetings, my fellow freedom lovers, sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the wild and wonderful Mountain State, and today's date is Tuesday, October 13th, 2020. I'm just browsing around here. Hopefully everyone had a safe weekend, banking holiday, post office holiday, etc. Columbus Day. Some people love it, others hate it, but just another holiday on a state level for sure. Well, I was just browsing through here, and I get a big kick out of this stuff. This came from the Epoch Times. It's by Zachary Staber. This is entitled, Michigan Supreme Court Immediately Cancels Governor Whitmer's Executive Orders. Oh yeah, the COVID-19 24/7 excuse for everything. She's on a power trip, and she believes she's the governor, and the servants, the peasants, should revolve around her. So this is really interesting here. So I'm going to read it without any small talk. I'm just going to read here. Michigan Supreme Court ruled against Governor Gretchen Whitmer a second time this month, immediately striking down all executive orders she issued during the COVID-19 pandemic. The 4-3 ruling found the orders Whitmer issued under Emergency Powers of Governor Act have no continuing legal effect. The orders were deemed unconstitutional in the 4-3 ruling on October 2nd. Well, a couple of them think it's okay. Justice Stephen Markman, Brian Zara, David Viano, and Beth Clement, all Republicans, formed the majority for a second time. Justice C.J. McCormack, a Democrat, wrote in a dissent that she does not believe the Emergency Powers Act is unconstitutional delegation of legislative powers under any reasonable reading of our or the United States Supreme Court's non-delegation jurisprudence, accusing the majority of relying heavily on Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch's non-binding dissenting opinion in Gundy versus the United States. In a separate 6-1 ruling, justices rejected Whitmer's request to delay the annulment of orders until October 30th. Justice Richard Bernstein, a Democrat, dissented. I would have preferred to exercise our discretion and clarify that when this court's opinion originally entered on October 2nd, it should not have had an immediate presidential effect, he wrote. I agree with defendants that a delay here could only allow the governor and the legislators at the time to better prepare for an appropriate transition. Republican House Speaker Lee Chatfield cheered the ruling, writing on Twitter, another big win at the Supreme Court today. The law is a law, and partisan politics can't change that. The people will finally have their voices heard in this process. The House is in again tomorrow, and I hope the governor is ready to cooperate. It is time to work together, he added. Tiffany Brown, Whitmer's spokeswoman, said in a statement to news outlets that the ruling could potentially lead to hundreds of thousands of Michiganders losing their unemployment benefits in a matter of days because of the emergency order, included one dealing with unemployment. Well, I'll tell you this, let the businesses go. Let them open up, and they can do their thing in discretion when it comes to wearing the mask and all that, but they better be aware of the OSHA standards too, and I say that in good faith. She called on the state legislature to codify Whitmer's order expanding unemployment protections. Following the Supreme Court previous ruling, Whitmer's health director, Robert Gordon, issued an emergency order that features rules found in some of Whitmer's orders. The public health order requires people wear a mask and limit indoors gatherings in residence at 10 and in non-residents at 500. Outdoor gatherings were up to 100 at residents are allowed, and up to 1,000 non-residents are permitted. All right. Attempting to justify the order, Gordon wrote that state law imposes on his department the duty to continually and diligently endeavor to prevent disease, prolong, and promote public health, and gives the department general supervision of the interest of health and life of the people of the state. Our goal is to maintain policies that have made a drastic difference in the fight against COVID-19, Gordon said in the statement last week. Cases are rising and the science is clear. Mask reduces the spread of COVID-19. Social distancing reduces the spread of COVID-19. Public action is critical to saving Michiganders' lives. COVID-19 is a disease caused by the CCP, Chinese Communist Party virus, which I call them the cooks, not the actual chefs. But it's a lot bigger than what it is, according to other reports. As of now, no lawsuits have been filed against the health director's order. The Mackinac Center for Public Policy, a nonprofit institute that challenged Whitmer's order, said it was reviewing Gordon's order. The governors continue to sidestep the ruling by maintaining unilateral control over pandemic policies via broad and poorly defined power granted in the statute of a state department. We are currently looking at the legality of the governor's latest actions, Patrick Wright, vice president for legal affairs, told the Detroit News. If the governor was permitted to continue the COVID-19 emergency on April 30th, he should not be permitted to extend that same emergency without the legislature on October 5th simply by resorting to another statute. Michael Van Beek, director of research at the center, said in an earlier statement. So this is Whitmer's harsh mandates motivated a group of men to plot to kidnap her, authorities said earlier this month. 13 men, including some members of the militia called Wolverine Watchmen, formed a plan which centered around abducting the Democrat as she moved to or away from her vacation home. The men regularly groused about the executive orders, according to court documents, referred to Whitmer as a tyrant. Well, I cannot disagree with them on that, respectfully, because these orders are considered invalid contracts. And if you read Article 1, Section 10 of the state constitution, attainder, ex post facto laws, impairment of contracts. And it says here, no bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contract shall be enacted. So when you start looking at that, it is a illegitimate document. So it is technically null and void. And of course, the political power belongs to the people, and equal protection, of course, right to peaceably to assemble, and we can all go all the way down here too, which is enumerated rights. So there's a lot of good stuff here. Yeah, Article 1, Section 23. So enumeration of rights to deny others. So it's plain and simple. And of course, this form of order is considered involuntary servitude under Article 1, Section 9 of the same document. And let's just read that for the moment. Yeah, I'm just going to check this out here. It says here, neither slave nor involuntary servitude unless for punishment of the crime shall be tolerated in the state. So what are you punishing the people for? What are they convicted of, Governor Whitmer? Nothing. When it comes to the mask, it's voluntary, not obligatory. And don't get me wrong, like even a lot of the science, true science, some people wear the mask when they're ill. That's good because you don't want it spreading from other folks to other folks. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's for flu, fever, it doesn't matter. You got to treat COVID-19 the same way. Yes, I am convinced, like I said before in my past episodes, it is a biological weapon, a bioweapon. I'm not going to refute that at all. But the fact is, now when people learn about this, every infection has an Achilles heel. So you have to look at that as well. That's why nutrition, sunshine, all that is essential, because they say viruses, certain infections, vitamin D counters that. You got the sun, for goodness sakes. That's why I'm so dumbfounded when counties and cities in where I live in Broward County, including Fort Lauderdale, want to shut down the beaches. I'm like, hey, you got vitamin D, you got the salt water. What the hell are you doing? Good grief. Mother Nature's a lot more complex than what we know, folks. This is why I always get a big kick out of these things. With some of these folks, some of these know-it-alls claim to be attorneys. They think they're attorneys, but they really suck at their job. Excuse my rhetoric. But the bottom line is this: everyone there we all have natural rights, including the state of Michigan. I think this is great news, and hopefully, carry on, Michiganders, and the country and the world. Fight for what's right. And that will be it. So I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media network. If you have any questions, comments, or you said something that's interesting, want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence with decorum. Furthermore, I'll leave this article and these footnotes on my Spreaker page. You can read it for yourselves. Support the Epoch Times. They're a consistent newspaper. You can do buy us a coffee. You get a good subscription. I may just do it yearly now with these people, and I do appreciate their intake. There's no left-right paradigm, anything like that. And support them. And if you want to do a donation, give me some love if you want. You can hit me at paypal.me/LookYouLuck3. I may have a few other sites I'm going to look into. Maybe revive my Patreon account. I don't have any followers. I guess I wonder why. That's so enthusiastic at times, but that's all right. I'm not even beating my head against the wall. All right. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.